Hey guys, how you doing? So, I wanted to talk about something that's a little boring, but I think it's important, and there's some people I've seen online who have some misunderstandings or some ignorance. And ignorance is not an insult, it's not a bad word, it just means there's something you don't know. Something maybe you didn't catch, didn't realize, something that didn't occur to you. Okay? It's just a lack of knowledge, lack of understanding that I think I can shed some light on. And this rather unsexy, somewhat boring topic is consumables. Yes, good old fashioned consumables. The tab right here. Okay, your consumables. And yes, um, if you're on normal, if you're on story, these little thingy dingies aren't really that important to you. Um, but if you're on hard and especially on supernova, these things are very important. These things can make a big difference. And because you notice, um, you can pause the game essentially and come in here and munch up on these things. You can keep these buffs up through fights. You just have to watch and yeah, like if you hit an Adreno, there's the symbol, the heart with the little, and then it goes away. Okay, that's the hot. They heal over time. Adrenos are hots. They heal you over time. If you look on here, it heals 25% over 2 seconds. Okay, so that's what an Adreno does. That's your healing kit. Okay, that's your healing potion. Your Adreno. Okay, and it's automatically loaded into slot number 1 on your inhaler. This is your inhaler up here. If you didn't know that. And the number of slots that you get in your inhaler is predicated by your medicine skill. Voila. So 20 gives you a second slot, 40 gives you a third slot, 60 increases hostile duration effects on targets by 50%. I'd much rather, if that was 50%, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Not duration, but magnitude. Okay, so if that made your bleed hit 50% harder, boy, that would be good. If that made your plasma burn, your corrosive burn, whatever it is you're putting on the target. But duration, that doesn't interest me that much. 80, you get a fourth drug slot. I never found a use for that in 8 games. Yeah, So you'll notice the passive effects on medical, your heal amount that you're getting from your adrenos. So I don't know why it's 49.5. Why isn't it 50? Obsidian. Wow. What did you do? I mean, all right, whatever. Um, and so at 100, presumably it should be right about 100%. So it'll double the effect of your adrenos. Your effect durations go up, and that's good. So your buffs are 25. Once again, 24.7. Really, Obsidian? Why not 25? Whatever. Okay. So at 100, it should be 50% longer duration. Now, the durations are pretty small. They're short lasting buffs. So some people have criticized consumables for the short duration of the buff. I don't disagree. 15 seconds seems, some of them are, I think some of them are 10. So here's 25. Now I don't know, is this adjusted for those effects? Let's find out. There's an easy way to tell. Watch this.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on
Shut up,
board?
Ada.
Who keeps ordering these?
Oh God. Please make a mod. The shut up Ada mod. Let's respec. Okay, so we got our skill points back. Let's go look. Nope. Okay, so it's not reporting back exactly what it's doing. Okay, so there we go. So this is 25 seconds. That's pretty good. Okay, and this is a really good buff. Well, let's not get into that right now. But so there's your durations, and you notice I lost my extra slots because my medicine skill fell. Okay, so what do consumables do? Okay, so the vast majority of them, I'm sure you can read and I'm sure you can understand. So here, harmful status effects cut in half. So the Mantisaur puts the plasma burn on you. The Raptidon puts the corrosive burn on you. The in-game corporate military puts the N-ray dot on you. This cuts it in half. Okay. Um, so plus 50% to tactical time dilation recharge rate. That's exactly what it says what it does, right? Um, let's look at some of the more. So here's plus 10 to your armor rating. It's not a lot, but it can help in a tough fight. This is good for snipers, so increase your crit damage and your headshot weak spot damage. Now, if you, depending on how you built your character, if you've dropped perception too low, okay, below average, minus 100% to headshot weak spot damage. That means you're not getting any, okay? And in fact, I think this is a potential flaw to this build. So, maybe you don't emulate me on this one. I think this was a mistake, and I think it cost me. Okay. Anyway, so back to some other things here that are pretty obvious. Companion ability cooldowns, minus 50%. That's good if you're a companion. If you use companions, if you're a lone wolf, it's garbage and you should sell it. Uh, Again, these all do what they say they do. So I don't think there's a lot of confusion on these. Now, okay, now let's talk about the ones that have been causing confusion. Okay, so you've got drinks. Okay, you've got carbonated drinks and you've got alcoholic drinks. Your carbonated drinks buff either mind, body, or personality. So, body, mind, personality. Okay, so it's two skills or two attributes. Okay, so take for example this guy here. This is plus one to body. Okay, now what's going to happen is strength's going to go up a tick and dexterity's going to go up a tick. You're going to get the passive effect, and I'll show you as soon as I click on the right tab here. So here we go, plus to body. So we'll use it. Okay, you'll notice here, see that drink symbol in the upper left corner? Okay, now let's go look at our attributes. And there they go. They've gone up one tick. So now we're going from 30% melee damage to 40%. Okay, our carry capacity went up. Our melee attack speed went up 10%, and our ranged weapon reload speed went up 10%. So that's the first effect that drink has. The second effect is that every single affected skill listed there has gone up a few points. Okay, so take for example one-handed melee. Let's go look at one-handed melee, and you'll see sugary drink. 9 points, guys. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so yeah. And then look here. So two-handed melee. Now this only went up 5. Well, that's strange, you might say. What the heck is going on? Well, let's go look. So one-handed melee. One-handed melee. Okay, so it's getting 5 points from, I'm guessing, strength, and 4 points from dex. The two-handed skill, for whatever reason, is sitting right there. So the two-handed only got the buff from the strength and did not get the buff from the temperament. Now you can fix that. Okay, once again, don't click on the wrong button here. So you see this has gone up 9, this has gone up 5, okay, this has gone up 4, okay, that's because handguns is in dex, okay, this didn't go up at all because the body skills don't buff long guns. This has gone up 5 because strength is one of the controlling attributes to heavy weapons. So that's what you're looking for. So somebody comes to me and they're like, and then they ask, hey, I've got a lockpick check, and what do I do? How do I get my lockpick skill up? I can't spend points right now, and I'm wearing plus lockpick gear, and I've got Pravarti and Felix, so I'm max buff on lockpick. What do I do? And I will tell them, you need to drink a body for the dex, because there's lockpick, and then you need to drink a mind for the perception. Okay? And so what you can do is you come in here and you look for mind. It's easier to do this by weight. You can sort by, so there's weight, value to weight ratio, and name. It's normally the default is name, okay? And then switch here to value and then go to weight. Okay, so we need a mind. So here's a mind. There's a mind. That's body. That's mind. So drink one. And now look at the character and look, went up a point. Okay. Now you're doing weak spot damage. Not a lot, but at least you're doing it. Okay, so you could buff mind with a drink, and then look at your crit damage, plus 50%. Uh-huh. You see what I'm talking about here? You got a tough fight coming up. Drink a body and drink a mind. Okay? Get those buffs going, and you will hit harder. And in this case, this guy will now do headshot weak spot damage. That's good. Okay? You can make up for things, and then come in here and look at lockpick. Okay, lockpick is now up 7 points. That does not suck. Okay? Okay? So, now why lockpick only gets 3 and 4? I don't understand that one. Yeah, I don't get that. That's weird. But so, anyway, so that's how you get up your mind and your body. Now, your third category, personality. This is where a lot of your dialogue checks are. So look, persuade, lie, intimidate right there. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. And then temperament, there's lie. Persuade is up here. I mean, intimidate. Intimidate's up here, and persuade is in. Yeah, there you go. There's persuade. Okay. So half of all 3 dialogue checks are in personality, and then lie is down here in temperament. Okay. So, well, what do we do for that? Well, you got to get drunk. So you're going to need to hit the booze. Here's some whiskey. I don't keep a lot of booze on hand. Just a little bit. Well, okay, make a liar out of me. There's 13 vodka. Someone's got a problem. So hit the booze, and we'll see. These have gone up 1. Okay. And then we go and we look at our persuade. So we're getting 5 from the caffeinated drink, and we're getting 3 from alcohol. I'm not going to lie, I don't understand why it's only 3. That's perplexing to me. And you'll see lie is getting 3 and 3, so 6. So it turns out the alcohol buff, is the weakest of the buffs. So here we're getting 8. So 5 from the sugary drink and 3 from alcohol. So the problem with the alcoholic-based beverages is they come with a price. They hit you for so they last 1 minute, so that's nice. They have a long duration. So you get the +1 to personality for a minute, but then you got to deal with, if I'm not mistaken, 4 minutes of hangover, and that's -1 to dex, perception, and charm. So kind of depends on your character, how you've built them. -1 to perception and charm is not going to have a huge effect on your combat, but -1 to dex might. If you're one-handed melee, if you're handguns, this can hurt. Okay? So you'll want to watch out for that. If you're heavily invested into dodge and block, if you've got a sneak check coming up, that's important. That's going to hurt. If you've got a big lockpick coming up, these are just things you want to think about before you hit that hangover. You're going to lose a little science, lose a little sneak, lose some two-handed melee. Lose some two-handed melee. So there's things to think about before you start chugging on the alcoholic beverages. Another thing with respect to consumables, flaws. The vast majority of flaws are terrible and you should never take them. Except on normal story mode. Do whatever you want, okay? They're easy. It doesn't matter. On hard and supernova, especially on supernova, um, you want to stay away from the vast majority of flaws. The only flaws I consider are um, drug addict and food addict. Those are easy to manage. I'd like to get the nearsighted perk, but I haven't figured out how to get it yet. So that's pretty much consumables. There's not a lot more to say about it. There is some misunderstanding about what some of these effects are. You'll want to watch out for these nicotines um, because they've got that nicotine low, so that could hurt. Um, you'll want to pay attention to um, the weight of consumables. There's a fair amount of weight in here. Let me show you. So we're currently carrying 126. So just real quick, we can see if we take. Okay, let's just spam this up real quick. Lone wolf. Carry capacity. Okay, and then we're at 126, right? Okay. Okay, so watch how much my weight drops. So 23 kilograms, 23 pounds, depending on what unit it is. There's a lot of weight in consumables, so you're going to want to manage your consumables. Come in here and sell off the extra alcohols. You know, this is a ridiculous amount of alcohol. I should not be carrying this. Sell off, if you're lone wolf, sell off the companion stuff. If you're melee, sell off the range stuff. If you're range, sell off the melee stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know if anybody's tested this, but I am 99% certain that consumable buffs only apply to the player. I don't think your companions get them, and I don't think there's a way to make them get them. If there were, it'd be hiding down here. See, there's your. You need 20 determination to heal. Crit damage. Okay, so nothing in there helps them. Nothing in there helps them, and I don't think anything in here helps them. So anyway, that's consumables, and hope it helps. Later.